we aiming today to get to the Masechet, to the Gemara, just to finish over here. Yeah. So to come and to get to the Brachot, so we're gonna try to run through a little bit faster the other Gemara. Sorry.
Ask any questions.
You can try.
Nun Test without it.
No, Nun Test with base. Today is Daf Nun Test. Today is Daf. We're trying to aim for Brachot, just to try to get the thing. Okay. Tonu Rabbanon, we're holding in Daf. We're in Nun Ches Amid base. Yeah. Nun Ches Amid base, the beginning of the Amid. Just the beginning of the Amid. Nun Ches Amid base. Haroye. Tonu Rabbanon. Tonu Rabbanon. Haroye bot Yisrael beYishuvan. That means beYishuvan after Nochoname it got broken. That means it was nechrav once, and now Nochoname it came again and was rebuilt. That is the pshat over here. Haroye bot Yisrael beYishuvan. So he makes a bracha. Baruch matziz gvul almono, and the pasuk in Nochoname it's based on the pasuk. It's based on the pasuk. The pasuk is what we say. The other pasuk, and the pasuk is in Mishlei, Beis Game Isach Hashem. That's what we say about the goy. And Nochoname now we say Nochoname is V'yatzik Gvul Almona. The Rif understand that this is what talking about the Botei Yisrael. The Rif says it's talking about Botei Knesiyos. We talk about over here Beis HaKnesses. We're not talking about the Stam Botei Yisrael. We're talking about Beis HaKnesses. And then Nochoname you make this bracha of a thing. And as I Nochoname is Rashi, Baruch Matzik Gvul Almona Kegoyim Be'ishu Ba'isheni. That means it was destroyed and built again. As I sagt die Nochoname thing, and in Nochoname that's because it's called talking about the Beis Hamikdash. Sagt die Gemara, Bechurbanon. What he sees it Bechurbanon. So then he says, Oimer Baruch Dayan Aemes. Says the Gemara, what if he sees Botei Oivdei Koichovim BeYishuvan? So then Oimer Beis Game Isach Hashem. And as you say Nochoname Beis Game with the beginning of the pasuk. Game Miloshen Gaive the Goy Bechurbanon. Even Kael Nekomo is Hashem, Kael Nekomo is Oifia. He comes to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the Nekomo that HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and breaks the houses of the Goyim. Shows the Gemara. A Maisa. Ule v'Rav Chizde Avukaz leBaruch. Ule and Rav Chizde was going unterwegs. They were walking the way. Ki motu apische de Bei Rav Chane bar Chanilai. When they came in the outside the house of Rav Chane bar Chanilai, Nogad Rav Chizde ve'isnach. He bent down and he made a krechts. How you say it in English? Grow, or sign. Yeah, okay. A krechts. Omar lei ule. Amai kom isnach. What's this? Why are you growing? Yeah, it makes sense. You say that. Growing. Ve'omar Rav anoch eshoiveres chatzi gubo shel adam. A person when he comes and he's doing a krecht, and Nochoname breaks half of it. Where do we see it? Shenemar. Ve'ato ben odom e'anach b'shivrim osnaim. Over there it says, it's talking about Yecheskel. Yecheskel was told in the Nevuah that he sees the Beis Hamikdash Rishon, and then the Beis Rishon, Anal Kvo, and he sees over there the Nevuah, and he sees in the Nevuah that Beis Hamikdash Rishon is going to be destroyed. And he was told, you should come and have this grown, this krecht, in Nochoname, that's going to add mosnaim, till the hips is going to come and break him. ורבי יוחנן אמר אף כל גופו של אדם שנאמר ואויו כי יאמרו אליך על מה אתה נאנח ואמרת אל שמוע ונומס כל לב and the המשך over there is ונומס כל לב ורופו כל ידיים וחסו כל רוח וכל ברכיים תלך לו מים. קיצור, the ganze גוף in Nochoname, the Ben Yoda says it's not a stira. It depends what you're krechting about. If you're krechting about only Nochoname the something that's bothering you in the nefesh or also in the goof, and over here was both, and that's why when it's both, so it's kol halev. Every one is the other half. Over here was both. No, so Lichoyre, so he's asking Rav Hune is asking over there who Rav Chizde, sorry, is asking over there Ule, and Ule and Rav Chizde, so you're asking over there. Ule is asking Rav Chizde, why are you krechting? How can't I come and do this krech? Beise, this house. You know what was this house? How great was it? To have a be shiti nafayaisa be a moment, shiti nafayaisa be leile. 60 bakers in the morning, doing 60 bakers in the evening, in the night. The Afian, they came, they baked, and we said that yesterday we spoke about 60. The number 60 is a dafke or not a dafke, but 60 comes and always shows us on a moiran shleimus, right? 60 is always moiran shleimus. That's why when we have 60 minutes and an hour, why? Why we have 60 minutes an hour? Why we have 60 seconds and a minute? Who decided it? So this is Behemoth that came from Babylonians. They decided the 60 minutes. Again, לגבי הלוחם במסייחס דעת, right? נכון, למה במסייחס דעת? Where do we see it? לגבי עדים. Eidim would come and say, Ploini Oragis Nefesh. So they ask him what hour, what time of the day. So they're going to ask him every what hour? They're going to ask him the hour of the hour. There's a line Tumim of them. Tumim, Yonason Eibschitz and Tumim has a long arichas about it. So some say it came from the Jewish thing, but this is what's called, I don't know if you say it in English, it is Misparim Mushlamim. 60 is a Mishpar Mushlam, like 28, right? 60. Is that you can come and divide it. It divides the. How you call it? I don't know in English. Sorry. Also, in Hebrew come yeah. Okay. Anyway, so 60 is. You have to speak about it at a different time. 60 Nechoname comes to me more on Shleimus Pashtus. So 60 Nechoname is not that. We saw yesterday. Yeah, that we said it. Maybe it is 60 is Dafke. Okay. Lechon man de tzorich. The whole day his hands were on his purse. Why? The Sova deal me also only about Tovim would come over there, a poor person. I'm going to come, take my hand, take out my wallet, take out my purse, and then to give out money, komachsi, if he's going to have a busha. So the whole day his hand was there prepared to come to give to Tzedakah. Vesu. This house was open to 4 ruchos, the Arba Bove, the Arba Ruchos, 4 different gates. To 4 different sides, 4 different sides. Anyone that came in hungry, nofiki sova. He went out when he's came out soveya, came out satisfied. And in the year of Batzoyres, as we can see, they came and they threw out of the house. Anyone could come and take wheat and barley. Shodulei chite v'sare b'shnei Batzoyres. Abroed. The whole man dechsif, anyone that has a busha to come and take me and say, so someone in the at night would come and pour out in the streets. Over there, that anyone that has a busha to come and take in the morning, mamish the chesed of the Gesef from him. Ashten nofal. Now in Nochaname it came and it fell betole in Nochaname. How can I come? Velois nach, and I can't come and do this. Omalei ocher omar Rabbi Yochanan. So he tries to come and do. Give him a bit of a chizuk. It says over there in the pasuk, and the pasuk in Nochaname is in Teilim. No. Where's the pasuk? Yeshaya. Ve'oznoi Hashem tzevokois. Im loy botim rabim lishamo hiu gedolim v'toivim. Gedolim v'toivim. What means the gedolim v'toivim? On the houses, Pasha is talking about. The houses are going to be gedolim v'toivim. Me'ayin Yoshev. It's going to be pused and leidik. It's going to be empty. ואומר רבי יוחנן עושה לקדוש ברוך הוא להחזירון ליישובון שנאמר שיר המעלויס לדוד הבויתכם מהשם כהר ציון. What's כהר ציון? מה הר ציון? That's the ביס המקדוש. עושה לקדוש ברוך הוא להחזירון ליישובון. The same thing אבותיהם של צדיקים עושה לקדוש ברוך הוא להחזירון ליישובון. No. This is the Nochanami coming tells them this is going to be also Losi Lovoi. Now, if we talk about some say talking about the Nochaname legabe the Beta Knessia, so Nochaname is going to go back. But Atidi will take Knessia, more in tiny that they're going to go back to Megillah. This is going to go to Eretz Yisrael. Chazia deloi miyashav daiti. It didn't help too much. Omar lei why? Dayoi le'eved sheyei keraboy. What means dayoi le'eved sheyei keraboy? Ati Nochaname lemaisa now the Beis Hamikdash is destroyed. Yes, the Beis Hamikdash is destroyed now. The same thing. We're upset on the Beis Hamikdash. I'm also upset on the houses. Says the Gemara. Tonu Rabbanon. Haroye kivrei Yisrael loimer boruch asher yotzar eschem badin. And this, till today, Nochaname, you have to be in the Dalet Amos, as Nochaname, the Paskin. Haroye eschem badin. Vezon eschem badin. Vechilkel eschem badin. Veosav eschem badin. That means because it's a din over here, the Gvuras, right? Nochaname is they died. Veosid le'akimchem badin. That's the nusach of Nochaname, what they say when you go to Beis HaKvoros. So that's the shaila. If you see one kever, if you say it's pashas only. If you see kivrei Yisrael, that's mashma. Tonu Rabbanon kivrei. Kivrei is a lashon rabim. So no, if you see only one kever in Nochaname, you're not going to say it. Only if you see Nochaname kivrei Yisrael, then you're going to come and say it. Says the Gemara, Mar berei the Ravina Messiah bo mishvei the Rav Nachman and this bracha v'yodeya mispar kulchem v'osi le'achyoyschem l'kayim eschem baruch mechaye amesim. Says the Gemara, if someone says kivrei sees kivrei oilek v'chavim oimer boi shoimchem. But this is talking about the Nochanam boi sheishchem meoi chofo yoladchem ine achis goyim Midbar Tzio V'Arovo, that's the pasuk over there. Nochoname, it's a busha for them. Omar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, Royes Chaveru Leachar 30 Yoim. 30 days he didn't see his then after that he sees him. What's going to be the bracha? And if he didn't see him, so then he's going to make a bracha. Why? Because Gzeir al Amesh Ishtakach, as we can see now in the Gemara, Yud Beis Chodesh. So after that, in Nochoname, it's already like an Anaya Zach. It's 12 Chodesh. The Maharsha says, you know why? Because in 12 months, you have Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And in Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, הוא אדם בפסן, עם לחיים עם למובס, ובריאו יסבו יפוקדו, ובריאו יסבו יפוקדו עם לחיים למובס. נו, מה משעה תחייה סמייסים? They paskin on him לחיים. אז זה like משהו, I don't know, so if he sees him ערב Rosh Hashanah, and then he sees him ממש מוצא יום כיפר, so he's going to make him לחיים amazing, משמע נשתה זוי. It's the Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. As the Maharsha says it's the part of the Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. They pass on the thing. Says the Gemara weiter. So he's going to make a boch mechaya mesim. Omar Rav ein ames mishtakech min alev elo achar 12 chodesh. It's much like we said before, and like the sheet of Rashi. That's the mashma of the Gemara. Shenemar nishkachti, I was forgotten. Kemeis milev or isi kichli oived. What's a kli? What's a kli oived? What's the kasher a kli to the mes elamai? Like a kli, we learned in the Gemara in Bom Metzia that the kli nochaname after 12 months you don't have to come to do anymore the Shabbos Aveda. Why? Because the person who nochaname was forgot about it, and that's why you have to come to be machriz. How much? Shalosh regolim. Shalosh regolim you have to be machriz. So nochaname kichli oived, like a kli oived is forgotten after 12 months. Also a kli that got lost. The same thing. Also a mes. Gzeir al ames ishtakach. Rapapa veRavuna bereid Rav Yeshua v'Kaaz de Barucha, they were walking unterweg and spoke with Rav Chanine bereid Rav Ike. They met Rav Chanine, the son of Rav Ike. Omulei, be'adu de Chazinen, barchinen aloch tarte. When we see you, because you are groise chochem, we have to make two brochas. Baruch Hashem cholak v'chol mosel li'erei. Right, as we said yesterday, we learned it. And also v'shechianu, because they didn't see him for over 30 days. Omalu, ano, neime, keimet de Chazitu chashivnu alayu, keshitin riboy in Beis Yisrael. I'm going to make on you Balchina Leyu Tlose. I'm going to make on you 3 different brachas. Hanoch Tarte. This 2 that you made on me, that means Shecholak Mechochmosoi and Shechionu. And also Baruch Chacham HaRozim. Why Baruch Chacham HaRozim? Because Baruch Chacham HaRozim, as we learned yesterday, Baruch Chacham HaRozim is you make on the Uchluse Shel Yisrael, right? Sheish Me'ois Elef. Shishim Riboy, right? 600,000. And why? Because in 600,000, we saw yesterday, there is lots of days. Now, he says that you're so great that you have like a mind of 600,000. You may like to make on your bracha Bo Chacham HaRozim. Ad Kedi Kach. Omol Chakim Eskulai. Ad Kedi Kach. To come to make a naya bracha, Chakim Eskulai, to make Nochoname as a bracha, V'yav Nayu. In Nochoname, they were upset about him. And Umeis. In Nochoname, what?
Who said to who?
The 2 told the 1. Rav Chia. They told Rav Chia. Because Rav Chia wanted to make the 3 brachas, right? What was it? Rav Chanina. He wanted to make the 2 brachas. And Ravun and Rav Yeshua told them, how could you be Mechadish Azazach? And they, Rav Yeshua and Ravuna, they nosnu beinayu, and Mimele Umeis.
Who?
Yeah, Rav Chanina Umeis.
Brachot did nothing wrong.
Why? He wanted to come into the thing. Rav Papa and Rav Hune, Berei Rav Yeshua was walking, right? And they met Rav Chanine. Rav Chanine wanted to make a bracha, a 3rd bracha. So they did something wrong. And that's why they came also beinayu Umeis.
Because why them? 6,000.
What?
Why did they?
Why are you mechadish a bracha? Yeah.
You saw like 60,000 opinions.
Yeah, so he wanted to come and make a bracha. Or you know, because it was Ayinore. Or because Ayinore. He wanted to put in the Ayinore, because Ad Kedi Kach was so great. Yeah, that's what, yeah. Says the Gemara. Omar Bishua ben Levi. Oroye is Haba'akonim. Haba'akonim in Ochaname, they have like spots on the face. I don't know if it's called, this what we call machine freckles or not. Maybe it sounds like it. It sounds like the freckles. Oimer Boch Mishana Abrios. Meisere, Roy Sakushi, black, Vesagichoir is red, Vesalavkon is very white. Vesakipeach. Kipeach in Nochaname is two different sheet of words of kipeach. Or in Nochaname kipeach is Nochaname. Rashi says that a kipeach is someone that the stomach is blown up. Blown up. That's what Rashi says. Beten godol mitoich ovyo inire koimoso mikupachas. Loshen acher orich av parzuso yishomu to boil the mechoyer aver. Rashi said two pshatim. Oh, in Nochaname his stomach is blown up, and it looks like because of that he's a little bit bent down. It pulls him down. What did he say? Rashi dibra maschil. Yeah, you have it. Kipeya. It's the word at the top of the moment. It's the word at the top of the moment. Second chapter says Rashi. Nochanam is a person that's very, very tall, and his face is going a little bit down, and he's very ugly. And that's mashma in the Gemara Bechoyer. That's a kipeach. Anyway, so kipeach. And nanos. Nanos is something very short. I don't know if it's dwarf. I don't know. The gamad is a dwarf. But yeah, a nanos. Hadarnikus. Hadarnikus in Ochanames, Rashi says rudesh. Loshen acher pivokum. So rudesh, pivokum means he has a funny type of thing. Rudesh is in Ochanames what we call roots. In Ochanames yabalot, right? Rudesh. In Ochanames, in the last Rashi says yabolois. Nochaname it's warts. Yeah. So he's full of warts. Nochaname, this is a adarnikus. So he's gonna make on there what's Brachot. Let's see the Gemara. Says the Gemara. Oima bo mishal abrios. Oh, beresakiteya. Someone his legs are Nochaname. Both of his hands. Sorry, both of his hands are chopped off. Vesa sume, both his eyes are blind. Ves pituye arosh in Nochaname. So Rashi says shesaroi kenante kosaroi dovuk zebazeh pal dir belaz. That means his hair in Nochaname is very, very, very sticky to each other. The hair is sticky to each other. Palter, he says in Rashi, lehadbik nimindakim lasoy som leleved. Like, huh? That you do yourself. It's natural. If it's natural, Nochaname. Only if it's natural. Okay. That's what he means over here in the last Rashi. So he makes which bracha vesamuke vesachigel. Chigel is both of his legs are broken, and vesamuke shchim vesabaakonim. Baakonim. What is baakonim? As we said before, and freckles or what we learned. Oimer bordain emes. The same thing like we say in the Shmuel. So the Shver and Rabbi Shua ben Levi. What Rabbi Shua ben Levi said about the baakonim? You make him Mishal Abrios. So the Gemara Kashi. Oh, when we said in Nochanam Mishal Abrios, Mimei Imoy. That's the way he was born. The way he was born, it was with the freckles. Well, in Nochanam Bosad Isyale, if in Nochanam later on in his life he got the freckles, like all of the rest of the things, the sume, all of these things, only when he says Dochal Emes, only if he go after that. Only became a sume after that, the Kiteya or Chigel, only if he became after that, then he's going to make in Nochanam the bracha of Dayana Emes. Says the Gemara, Deike Name, Nochon Ktane, Dumi de Kiteya, Shmami no Kiteya, Nochoname will happen after that. Says the Gemara, Tono Rabbanon Roya Pil, or Koif, or Kifoif, we said yesterday it's an owl, yeah? Nochoname, what's going to do the Oimer? Borg Meshal Abrios, why? Because these animals are different than in Nochoname all the animals. Ro Brios, Toivois, Veilonois, Toivois, Oimer, Or Shekocholoi, Beoi, Lomoi. Okay. Says the Gemara, Ala Zikin. What's the Zikin? Omar Shmuel, this is a type of a star that goes down from in the Rakia from one place to other place, like an arrow, and it looks like he has like a zanav. He has over there a shooting star, or some say this is the comet. I think. Yeah, I think it's Kochav Shavit is a comet. Yeah, comet. He says. I don't know. Huh? A matter. Yeah, a matter is a shooting star. That's a mator. Meteor. Memtes Aleph Vav Resh.
Meteor.
Oh, they took it from me, bro. But I think the Shavit is a comet. Is a comet, yeah?
With any of these products, it's with the same master, all of them. Everything.
Says the Gemara. So that's Zikin. Omar Shmuel Koch the Shavit. Omar Shmuel. Neir li shvile de shmaya keshvile de nardoin. Some say Shmuel was a doctor, so you know exactly the Shmuel was a doctor, so you knew exactly the shvile de nardoin, right? If someone not well, he had to run, he had to know the shvile de nardoin. So maybe you could say noch Shvile de Nardo. Shmuel said all them is matters. He didn't know the Shmuel the Nardo. And he goes to Chachman. No, he was a doctor, and he would go and he knew the Shvile de Nardo properly. So noch yeah. Lebal mikoich with the Shovit. Noch the pattern of the koich with the Shovit das weiß ich nicht. That I don't know. The lo yadane mainu. Ugmire the lo ova kisle. This group of stars, what's called Ksil, it doesn't go through. Why? Because in Ochoname, the Oval, Chorav, and in Ochoname, the world is going to get destroyed. Ve'o kochasine doval. We see that word that in Ochoname it goes past the Ksil in Ochoname. Says the Gemara, Zivehu doval. In Ochoname we just see the shine that passes the Ksil. Umischaze ked over you. It looks like he himself was over. Ravuna Breder Rav Yishua Omar, what's the zikin? Zikin is viloin udeme kareya umirzen oiro de berkia. That means there's in Ochoname, as we know, in the Gemara in the Chagiga we learned there's shiva rekim, right? There's viloin, rokia, moin. Now the lowest one, right, is the viloin, shomayim, zvul. There's the viloin. Now between the viloin and the rokia, the next one is the rokia, is the Shemesh, Yoreach. Over there is all the Tluim over there, the Moiros. The Moiros are Tluim over there between the Viloin. The Nochonamed, what's the shine? So in Nochonamed, that's the way Tosis learns it. Tosis learns it this way, Nochonamed, and that's more fits in the Gemara. That's Tosis the Fioinian Mashma. Rashi Nochonamed says, what Shmuel comes to say over here is in Nochonamed, that through this, in Nochonamed Viloin, in Nochonamed, when you come and it tears open, so you see Nochonamed, it shines into the world. Tosin says this is a teretz. How could it be sometimes it looks like the shovit, this whatever it is, the meteor or the comet, when it goes past through the group of stars what's called Ksil? How come? So he says no, it just looks like, but really it's what happens is the viloin, this first rakia tears open a bit and it shines over there, and that's what it looks like, only that the it shines, but Be'emet is not shines. That's what Tosha says, and it's more Lefia Indian, it's much more in the Gemara as Tosha himself brings down. Ve'deloike pirush, Rashi says. Okay, says the Gemara. Rav Ashi Omar a different teretz. What we said in Ochoname, that we see the shvit, the in Ochoname this shovit in Ochoname passes through Ksil. What's the pshat? Koich ve'udo kamai kese de kiste ve'chode lechavrei ma'igise ivis. In Ochoname, what happens over there? The koichovim in Ochoname, there's two koichovim from two of the sides, two stars on two of the sides of this shovit. And one of them falls down, and the other one gets frightened. So he also falls down. And it looks like the Shavit goes and past both of them, but the MS is that the Shavit doesn't go past of them. In Ochoname, that's the Koychov over here. The Goyen explains over here that in Ochoname the Koychovim has a certain Koyach. As we know, it has a certain Koyach. And Koyach Baruch Hu filled the Welt. Koyach Baruch Hu filled the Welt and gave a certain Koyach to the Koychovim in Ochoname. How in Ochoname the Mahalach of the world. Says the Gemara. Oh, Shmuel Romiksiv. He fragt the Shailet, says a pasuk in Iyov. What steht in Iyov? Oise, Osh. So it says over there first, let's look at the Seder Psukim. All of them in Ochoname are names of Mazolos, names of groups of stars. So Oise, Osh, first Osh, Ksil, Vechima. Yeah, so you see what comes first, Ksil or Chima? Ksil comes before Chima. Uksiv, Oise Kima, Vexil. So what comes first? The other way around. Kima comes first. Okay, it's on the Choyer to steer. One time this and that. Oh, Elamai is talking about Yemois Acham and Yemois Achshavim. The Gemara find front. Il Molei Chamo Shel Ksil, Lo Niskayem, Oilom, Mipnei Tzino Shel Kima. Kima is the koyach of cold. Ve'il Molei Tzino Shel Kima, Lo Niskayem, Oilom, Mipnei Chamo Shel Ksil. Ksil is the heat. V'gmire ilav ukze de akrav. That means the kimo, and that's part of the mazel tele. And that's what Rashi says in Ochoname. The tele in Ochoname is a mazel b'fnei atzmei, so it's the marshor. Akrov is something else. But let's follow Shitas Rashi. Akrov ainu kimo u'min mazel telehu. That means that's the tail of the tele. We know we have the 12 mazolis, as we spoke about, right? The Motzi Shabbos, Tashat Sa'ab Ma'agadad. And we start with the Tleh Shoyl. So now the tail of the Tleh is next to the head of the Shoyl. That's a Kvutzat Kochavim, a group of stars, that they look like a shape. You have to have a good thing, you have to say the shape of a lamb, shape of an ox, or shape of a... Yeah, the shapes, that's what we call it. And that in Ochaname, what we come saying over here, Lefi Rashi says that the Akov is part of the tail of the Tele. The Marsha fragt of them. It's something bifnei atzma. It's not a thing. So says the Rizoi. So ilav ukte da akrabe. If not in Ochaname, this it would be over there. The manach ben Nar Dinoir. In Ochaname, what's the Nar Dinoir? Nar Dinoir is what we call the Milky Way. Yeah, that is in Ochaname is tailless over there. Kol man de trike. Anyone will get bitten by a scorpion in this world. Lo yihave chay. Why? Because the koyach of the akrov there on top is mashpia on someone that gets bit by a scorpion over here, down over here in our world. That means you're speaking about can you do such a thing? Can you create chemo? Can you come and open chemo, close chemo? What's up, shot? My chemo Omar Shmuel. Chemo is kemeyo kochve. So some say the amrelo de mekanfe. It looks in the 100 koichovim is when they are gathered together. Amrele de mevadon. The ones that are scattered, that they are the 100. And in Nochoname till a few years ago, a lot of years ago, but they thought that how much is the kochavei kima is between what we know kima is between Tele and the Dogim, the other side. It's about, they thought always is 7, 8 stars, I think. 7 or 8 stars. Today, they know it's a few, much more than 100. So you see the
constellation, the Milky Way?
Yes, it's between
The Milky Way is millions and millions of stars.
no, this constellation we have in Nochoname, the Kimo. Nochoname is the Kimo. There's if you want to know how much stars, I think there's a machine, a car, a company called Subaru. In Japanese, Subaru is the Kimo. So if you look, it has a few stars. And that's what the stars, what they knew till then. Today, yeah. So that, in Japanese, the Kimo is Subaru. So that was they knew about then. But today, they know much more than things. So Shmuel, you see, Shmuel says, Pkieli. Okay, let's continue. Again, this is not Kipshutoi, this is definitely, we talk about the way more the Mazoris. We're going to see later on more Kipshutoi, and that's the when you encounter Birkas Achama. Says the Gemara. My Osh, what's the Osh? So we said what's the Ksil, what's the Chimo, we said it's the Yemois Achama, Yemois Akshamim gives the right, okay. Omar Rav Yude, Yoisa, that's the Yoisa. Okay, what doesn't help us? My Yoisa, what's the Yoisa? So the Gemara, the Amrelo Znav Tele, that is the tail of the lamb, and the Amrelo Reisha de Egle, that's the head of the shoyer. As we said, the shoyer and the thing is next to each other. Stabri command Omar Znav Tele, that is Nochonam the tail of the Tele. Why? The Ksiv. Ve'aish al beneo terachem. That means ve'aish al beneo tanchem. Sorry. Tanchem in Loshen nichaye. Yeah? What means? That the Kodesh Baruch Hu in Nochonam is manche. That means manche baderech. In the Aish, by what? By the kids that it lost. And that's what Kodesh Baruch Hu tells Eov. Who could come and be Menachem the Aish on the kids that it lost? Alme Chaseiro in Osh missed two, is missing two of the Koichovim, yeah? Osh is missing two of the Koichovim from what it has. What is it? Umischazye, that means the kimo looks like ketalfe the torif. You know, that keilu it got hitten, yeah, it got hitten a few times. You know, why? Because it got hitten and something that got hitten and it's missing from it. V'ayde azlo basro the omo, and that's she's looking after it. She's looking for it. She wants to find it. The other basro the omo havli bonai. She's looking for the children. Who's the children? These two stars. What it's missing? Why it's missing? So the Gemara not that shtei koichavim mikimo. Ve'evi mabuloyim. That's niftachu arubois ashomayim. What's the arubois ashomayim? In Ochaname, this HaKadosh Baruch Hu came and took over there the arubois ashomayim. And the mabul comes down, as we know the Gemara is Hashoneh, right? In Daf Yud Aleph, the Gemara comes and says that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu came and done the mabul, in Ochaname he opened up. Nekev Nokav Shnei Koichovim. He came and he took out 2 Koichovim, and from over there, from Kimo, and this is the mazel that has over there lots of Koichovim, and from over there came down the Mabul. So that's the 2 things. Yeah. and that's why? Because the Goyen says kima. What is kima? The cold. So Hakadosh Baruch Hu took two kochim from kima, and that's why we know there was boiling hot water in the mabul. That's why that was the mabul in the Chonam Niftach Ha'oros Yisrael. Says the Gemara. Zog the Gemara weiter. Vei mabul oyu. Kshabikesh asotmo, to stop the mabul. Not a shnei kochovim from where? From Aish. The Chonam took from Aish. And why? Because Aish, as we said before, and the guy says very good, because the Aish is a mamutza between the ksil and the kimo, so it's not hot, not cold. So Nachonami had to the cold. Vesatman, Nachonami he closed over there. These two arubas hashamayim, the two stars were missing. He took from Aish and he put it over there. Kumto is that the ash is the zon of the tail of the lamb of the tole. Why? Because that's going after kimo. That Nachonami, that kimo is the mazel of tole. And Nachonami, that's why he's after the mabul in Nachonami. I think the Balaturim says a very, very interesting thing. You remember the Balaturim Dalton? Stated after the Mabul, Noach goes and sends the Yoino. The Yoino comes with Ole Zayis Toraf Befio. What's Toraf? What's the first word in our line? Exactly. Ketarfe.
Sorry?
Ketarfe. Ketarfe the Torif. That's in Ochonam in the Sinai. That goes close. What means the Tarfe the Torif? Dovo shul choser v'sotmur migufay. Yeah, look at Rashi. The words ketar for the torif. Says the Balaturim. This is Nochoname. What we say over here. Ole zayis in Nochoname toraf befio. That's the ole zayis toraf befio. This is a ketar for the torif. That's in Nochoname. Hakadosh Baruch Hu came and closed it, and that's the simon in Nochoname that the mabul stopped. Okay, says the Gemara v'lihadar. Hakadosh Baruch Hu should come and put back the same two. Says the Gemara, the same two kochovim from Kimo, and for the Gemara, two terutzim. One teretz ein aboy mismal mechul yosoi. That in Nochonam, this we learned before, and right when they wanted Klal Yisrael want parnasa, so they come and tell them, lechu parnasu ze mizeh. So what David HaMelech comes and tells them? Achitophel comes and tells them, ein aboy mismal mechul yosoi. It doesn't fit. If you come and you dig a pit in Nochonam, it's not gonna thing. Okay. Inami ein kategor nasas anego, because these two koichovim that in Nochoname they were in Nochoname or kategor for being a mabul, they could not come and stop it. To be a sanego to come to say good to stop it. They should come and create two different koichovim for what? For the in Nochoname yesh me'ayin to come and to be memale the chisoron. And for the Gemara there's a pasuk in Mishlei ein kol chodosh tachas hashomesh. Oh, Marav Nachman, also Hakadosh Baruch Hu le'achziron lo, to mean to Aish the two sons. Why? The two koichovim. Shenemar ve'Aish al bonei oten Nachem. Nochonam is going to have a nechome, and that's going to be Nochonam. Hakadosh Baruch Hu is going to come and give it. When is that? That's in Nochonam. Hine boire shomayim chadoshi ve'eretz chadosha. Right? That's the pasuk in Yishai lo silovoi, and that's going to be yes kol chodosh tachas hashem. That's going to be the eretz chadosha, the shomayim chadoshim. Says the Gemara. Okay. Ve'al has a voice. So what he makes a bracha is we learned in the Mishnah, Bo shekoicho yugu v'rosai molei oilam. Or no molei oilam, the gives something more. Zog the Gemara. Mais voice. What is the voice? What we make a bracha, Bo shekoicho v'rosai molei oilam. Omar Avtine goho. Goho is a earthquake. Earthquake. Avtine have caused bocha, not Imam Mais, Avtine have caused bocha, ki mota apischa debei, uvietamye. Uvietamye is oiv. Oiv is oiv in Nochonam is the way that they speak to the mason. Yeah, they do kishuv, they do sorcery with the atzomois, with the bones of the mess. That's the oiv. Yeah, Baal oiv. And Rashi says over here a very interesting thing. Let's see Rashi. Uvi tamye. Baal oiv shel atzomois. Oiv is a kishuv atzomois ames. Tamye atzomois. Tamye is atzomois. V'doimel says kelim beis moli tamye. Nochonam that means atzomois. Upirish Ravai moli tamye baishu moli atzomois. Ve'evi raya al zeh mibreish Yisrael v'tektanya Daryanus. Shochik tamye. What means shochik tamye? That is shchik atzamois. Ve'in lefarish oiv tomei she'ein zeh aloshen. So oiv tamye doesn't mean the oiv tomei. It means in Nochoname bones of a mess. Or bais mole. Okay. So let's see the hemshech of the Maaseh. Gonach says the Gemara. So who was it? Rav Ktina. Rav Ktina v'kozil. Rav Ktina v'kozil gue. Yeah. Rav Ktina v'kozil b'uche ki mote apischa debei oiv yetamye. Gonach gue. In Nochoname suddenly there was an earthquake. There's an earthquake. Omar Rav Ktina mi yoda bal oive ay gue mau. This Baal Oiv knows the reason that in Nochoname the sibbe why it happened. And in why comes an earthquake? Why comes in Nochoname an earthquake in a thing? So in the Yerushalmi over here, it's brought down 5 different reasons why it comes an earthquake. Also the Yerushalmi over here is both. First of all, Yochanan Eliyahu Hanavi says, B'shor, that the Kodesh Baruch Hu comes and sees Botei Teatrois and Botei Karkisios, then Yochanan and Botei Yochanan they sitting B'shalva and the Beis Hamikdash is Chorev. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu does a earthquake. As I stated in Yerushalmi. Second reason, in Yochanan Rav Neuroya says, Be'avoin, Trumes, Umaisres. A third reason, in Yochanan Ravacha says, Be'avoin, Mishkav Zochor. A fourth reason, says the Gemara over there, because Mipnei HaMachloikes. And the fifth reason, says the Gemara over there, just in Yochanan it's Malchus. How to prove the Malchus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yes.
It's all in Yerushalmi, not
Yerushalmi. Now let's see in the Bavli the reasons. That's the Yerushalmi brings 5 different reasons. Yes. Yeah. Says the Gemara. So he goes to ask the Baal Oiv. Rami Elei. So the Baal Oiv comes in. Kole. He raises his voice. You should hear Yochanane's answer. And he says Azoy. Ktina, Amai lo yadane, why don't you know the reason? B'shor HaKadosh Baruch Hu zoicher es bonov, shruim betzar beinu mois oilom. He sees that in Yochanan day, moiri, the state the mois layam agodl. V'koyle nisho misoif oilom atzoifo, v'aynu guel. Why? Because al yedei them in Yochanan is goya oretz. In Yochanan becomes a earthquake, or what we call a tsunami. Yeah, that's the Yochanan. Some say this is a tsunami. The Yochanan, this is the thing. V'aynu guel. Omar Avktina. This is the Mabula thing. Yeah, okay. Omar Avktina. Oive Tamye. This Oiv, what we said before, the Oive Tamye, the Baal Oiv. Kediv. That means he's a shakran. A kazvan. Yeah, Kediv means like kaziva. Kozov. Miloshin Kozov. Shekel Kozov. Umile Kediv in Eretz Shtusim. Why? Because that's no reason. Why? Because if he's like you say, so why in Yochanan happens only one earthquake? It should happen in Yochanan twice earthquake, because over there's 2 demois, right? There's not only one demo, he says in Yochanan. We say demoya tidma v'teired eini, right? The Gemara in Chagiga Darshans that shnei demois in Yochanan is on 2 botei mikdoshois. Elamai veloi. The Emes says that what gue ovid. Just what? V'aydelo yaydele. Why Rav Ktina was not moider to Baal Oiv? Ki eichad eloi lite kule alma basrei. The people shouldn't come to start to believe in the Baal Oiv. The Emes in Yochanan it your good geret. Says Gemara Rav Ktina himself, Didei Omar, he said in Yochanan himself that the earthquake comes because HaKadosh Baruch Hu soifek. HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes, what he does? Soifek. We're talking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yeah? Soifek kapov. He comes and he's soifek kapov one to the other one, and claps his hands one to the other one. And in the Shenema, where do we find it? We find it in the Pasuk Yecheskel. V'gam ani ake kapi el kapi v'ani choisi chamos. That's the lashon of the Pasuk over there. Ani Hashem dibarti. Rav Nosson Noimer. Why comes over there the earthquake? Why the earthquake comes? Says the Gemara. Rav Nosson Noimer. Anocha shemisaneach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is misaneach anocha, and that's what it comes. Shenemar. Nichoisi Yochanan, the same pasuk over there. What we said in Yecheskel. What says over there in Yochanan in the beginning of the pasuk is, as we said before, with the pasuk, v'chol ha'api v'anichoisi chamosi v'nechomti yodu ki ani Hashem. V'anichoisi chamosi, yeah, v'anichoisi chamosi. Bom v'han v'anichoisi chamosi. That's the anichoisi chamosi. Yochanan, that's the the keilu is a person that's moli chemo. Miloshin chemo, you learn the pasuk. Pasuk Yecheskel, you learn keilu miloshin chemo. V'Rabbanon Amre, why comes the earthquake? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu in Yochanan is boyed borokia. In Yochanan, where do we know? Shneimar. It says over there a pasuk in Yirmiyah. Over there the pasuk is. Ve'ato tino ve'alem is kol advarim ha'ile v'amart alem Hashem moro yishog v'mor kol kitzu yiti koiloi ishag anavayu heidod. That's a lot of pasuk what the Gemara brings. Heidod kedoirchim ya'ane el kol yoishvei ha'oretz. In Yochanan that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu is coming keilu is doirech, yeah. Heidod kedoirchim. In Yochanan keilu HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and kicks the earth, and that's why in Yochanan why there's an earthquake. Because doichek is raglo dachas kisa kovoid shenema koyoma Hashem hashamayim kisi ve'oretz hadoim ragloim. That's why in Yochanan happens the earthquake. Says the Gemara. We learned in the Mishnah about Aromim. On funders we make a baroche, as we said shekoichu yigvoroso. Says the Gemara, my Aromim, what's the funders? Omar Shmuel anone begalgele, that when the clouds in Yochanan they roll and they are a fraction from each other. Yeah, there's a fraction between the two clouds. So then in Ochoname, it happens over there. The thing, yeah, mischoifefin umischakchin. That is the lashon of Rashi. V'nishma koi lashon acher. That's the reading from Rashi. Anonim poigim begalgol umisgalgol oisim agalgol beal kerechem beal kerechem ve'oisei hakoil ainu reomim. So Rashi in Ochoname brings another pshat in Ochoname that in Ochoname it comes and it meets one of the galgalim, and that's why it makes the voice. Shenema kol ram cho bagalgal. Eiru brokim tevel rok zo v'tira shoretz v'rabonon amre. What's pshat reomim? Another the shavchem ma'elad, or from one cloud to the other cloud, and that's why they're pouring water to each other. Shenema lekol titoi hamoin mayim v'shomayim. So you see that in Ochoname there's mayim in the shomayim that they are pouring from one to each other. Ravach bar Yaakov Omar, what means reomim? Barke tekife. That means birkei eish. That means lightning. The borig ba'anane umitvar gzize the bars. In Ochoname they break. In Ochoname the hail, the borrow that's inside the anonim. That's why the shomayim. Rav Ashi Omar, what's the reomim? Anone chalule mechalele. That in Ochoname they're a little bit hollowed. Ve'osi zike umancheva pumai. It comes the wind over there and blows. Ve'domid, the wind, the sound of the wind when it comes and it blows into the if you take something that's a little bit hollowed, even when your hand you can do it, and you blow inside, you can hear like a certain sound. So that's the sound when the wind blows into the clouds, and the clouds are half empty, they're a little bit hollowed. So this is the voice of the anonim. That's the voice of the anonim. Says the Gemara, and the same thing, like in Ochoname also zika domek zika apume de dane. Ochoname on top of as we said, the barrel, the same thing. Mistabek Rav bar Yaakov, in Ochoname they come by what Rav bar Yaakov said. They come by breaking the borrow that's inside the anonim, right? The lightning. The lightning breaks the thing. Why? Because the borig barke mename anone ve'ose mitre. Why? Because in Ochoname, what we see first the lightning, and then we hear only the voice. And we know because the lightning travels about 300,000 kilometers a second. Masechet the little thing is only like 3,000 only. Mamish bli hashva. And that's why we see it first. But the lightning breaks the board inside the clouds, and that's the voice. It comes to us later. Says the Gemara. We learned in the Mishnah. There's tornadoes. Depends which part of the world you are. It says hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis. Depends what. Hurricanes. It's the same thing. Depends which part of the world you are. Says the Gemara. Says the Gemara that you make over there a bracha shekoichu yigvosa imolei olam. Says the Gemara Omar Abaye zafe. Sufa, ruach sufa. Omar Abaye gimira de zafe beleile lo yave. It doesn't come at the night, only with the day. Also at night we see over there zafe. How can you tell me that there's no zafe only in the day? Says the Gemara, that chula b'yamo, it starts in the day. Omar Abaye gimira de zafe, tarta shor lo yikoy. It doesn't go more than 2 hours, always less than 2 hours. The kaima shenemar lo yitokum pa'amayim tzoro inochaname, and every hour is called a pa'am. In Mele is not 2 hours. V'oko chasina dekoy, we see that's more. The Masechet there's half sockets in between. Ve'ala brokim ayo bor shekoy gvosa imolei olam. Says the Gemara, my brokim amar ove barke. Inochana brokim is mean of fire, lightning, fire. Ve'omar ove barke yechido inochaname, that only once. It does only once. That's it. The barke chivre, the Nochaname barke that in Nochaname they came and they colored it in white. Or barke rukase, vanane the salkon, that in Nochaname the anonim go up from where the keren ma'arovis of the rakia, the asim keren drois they come from the south. The tarta anonim the salkon chode le'apei chaverto, that they come to each other, they bump into each other. One comes on from the east, one comes from the west, and then both of them are going to come and meet. These are not a good siman. Kulon koshin, and it's not a siman of bracha. Says the Gemara, "Lemay nafkemine." What's nafkemine? Okay, it happened. So the Gemara, "Lemi boye rachmed." Nochanami, we shouldn't come any nezek out of this. So the Gemara, "Ve'anemine baleile." This is happening at night. Aval tzafre lesmo mamoshe doesn't mean anything. Omar Shobar took ane anane the tzafre lesmo mamoshe. These clouds that come in the morning, it doesn't mean anything. Why? Because it says over there the chsiv. It says over there in the pasuk v'chasdechem ke'anan boiker ukatal mashkim oilech. The pasuk in Yeshaya that all your chesed and your tzedek it doesn't worth anything. It's like a non-boiker. That's what first of the Pasuk of the he's telling of Klal Yisrael. So when you're going to open the door and it's going to come down in the morning. As you open the door in the morning, you see, wow, it's raining. Mitre. So if you're bar chamre, you're taking over you're leading the donkeys. Moich, that means moich sakoch. Fold all your bags and they're going to go back to sleep because you don't have a chance over here to come when the rain starts in the morning. It's good for the tvua and you can have enough tvua over there. But loike, so you see what over there. So you see nochaname that what you said. Let's be mashasha. You see that what that it does have an effect. Says more loikashe. Ho the kotal beive. Nochaname was full of the shomayim was full of clouds. Ho what we said. Let's be mashasha is talking about the kotal. In nochaname the shomayim was banone, but in nochaname is only very schwache clouds. Omar Rav Alexander, Omar Rav Yeshua ben Leili lo yivru re'omim. The old Re'omim, what Yinochaname, the sound of the Re'omim. Yinochaname, Elo Kedei, Livshoit Akmum Yishabalev. And the Rashba brings that Bisman Beis Hamikdash, the rain would come down Benachas. It would never come down with Re'omim with these voices. It would only come down Benachas. So they bring the Rashba. Yeah. Yinochaname, Elo Kedei, Livshoit Akmum Yois She Belev. Yinochaname, because we don't know what's the Toyeles. What's the Toyeles of it? Was it Toyeles? Elamai must be that word. Yinochaname it's koichok v'osov. Omar Alexander, Omar Yeshua ben Levi Aroye. It's a keshes be'onon. Tzorch sheipol al pono. Why? Because that's the mare kvoid Hashem. As we know the psukim over there in Yechezkel, right? Ke mare keshes b'soich ha'onon. So Yinochaname, you see that word. So Yinochaname, keshes Yinochaname is a siman that Yinochaname is a Kodesh Baruch over there. Says the Gemara, Sheneemar. And it says in Maisa Mokovo, Kemara Kesha Shriye Bonon, B'yom HaGoshen, Kemara Noiga Soviv, that's the Mara Noiga. V'erev Eipol Al Ponai, Laite Alo B'Ma'arove, they came and they cursed someone that what? Mishum the Merse Keman the Sogi Lekashte. It looks like someone bows down to the Keshes. It looks bad because it looks like he's bowing down to the Keshes, not the Keshes. Aval Baruche, Vadai Mevorech, you make a broche on the Keshes in Nochoname. What's the Keshes? What broche? Mai Mevorech, Bo Zoicher Abris. In Nochoname it's a ois. And Yinochaname, that Kodesh Baruch Hu remembers the bris that he came and he had with Noach, that Yinochaname is not going to bring another Mabul to the world. Zog the Gemara Masechet and we learned in the Braise. Rabbi Shmuel ben Oisha Rabbi Yochanan ben Broiko Imer. What is the broche? He says, Bo, Ne'emom lebrisoi v'kayim b'ma'amor. Yom HaRav Papa Ilkach ne'imrinu letarvayu. That's why we say in Yinochaname, both also Ne'emon lebrisoi and also, as he said, Zoicher HaBris. Both Zoicher HaBris v'ne'emon b'brisoi v'kayim b'ma'amor. And this Lusach we say both of the Shitas. Says the Gemara, we learned in the Mishneh, Al Ori v'al Agvois, and v'al Ayami, v'al Midboris, all of them he says, both Maise Bereshis, or Oise Bereshis, gears of the Mishneh. Feidig Mo, Otu Kolane Damon, Ad Ashtet, till now, what we learned, Brokim, and all of them, Shekoich Gvosai, La Maise Bereshis Linu, V'oksi, Brokim La Motoroso, so we see it's also Maise Bereshis, why only in Ori Gvois we may say Maise Bereshis, and for the Gemara, Omar Abaye, Kroich, Vetane, Yinochaname take all of them, and say it in one bove. Rove Omar Hosom, that means on Brokim and all of them, what we said before in Mevorech Tartu, we say both, also both Shekoichu Yimole Oilom, and also Oisei Maaseh Bereshis. We say Yinochaname, why we say Yinochaname both of the Broches? So Yinochaname, we say both of them. So Toyses says over here, interesting to see the Toyses, Rove Omar also Mevorech Shekoichu Gosem, Oilom, Oisei Maaseh Bereshis, Pirush Oimer Oihai, Oihai, Eide Sheirtze. V'chein Pirush Rav Ilfas. If you look over in the Toyses, Yinochaname, the Toyses Dibu Amaschil Rove Omar. Okay, this is a long arichas over here about this. Maybe you're gonna go back to it. Hoche, Yinochaname, the Orim and Gvois, what bracha you make? Oisem Maaseh Bereshis. Says the Gemara, why? Because Oisem Maaseh Bereshis Ike. There is, aber Shekoich Gemara Loyolam, Leken. Omar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Aroye Kia B'Ta'arosa. That means there's no cloud at all. It's clean. It's pure. Both Oisem Bereshis. Why? Because that's the way the Rakia was when Yinochaname B'Shas Bria. Ve'imosai, Omar Abaye ki ose mitre kule leile, when it comes in Yinochaname, it's raining the whole night. Ubetzafre ose istene, it comes in the morning, ruach tzoinis, istene means ruach tzoinis. Umegalye lelu shomaye, it comes and reveals the shomayim. Upligen, this is Yinochaname, the machlokes of Shua ben Levi. Why? Because the Raf from Bapope, Omar Rav Chizda, Omar Rav from Bapope, Omar Rav Chizda, miyoy shechor misamigdosh, lo niras rokia b'ta'arosa shenemar, al bi shomayim. Kadrus, the sak osim, ksusoms, Yinochaname, since then, Yinochaname is no is no semen over there of Maise is no Rakia B'Taroso since the Maise since then the Maise Bereshis. Okay. So now we're coming to interesting sugya. We're gonna have to spend a bit of time on it, as long as we have now, not long, 7-8 minutes, and then we're gonna continue tomorrow. So let's see first the Gemara, then we're gonna try to figure out. Tonu Rabbanon. Nafnu Testament base. Tonu Rabbanon. Horoye Chama B'Tkufasa. This comes out every 28 years, as we can see in the Gemara, and the last time we have it was Erev Pesach, Tovshin Samachtes. We have it over in the Mismadash. I think we entered the Heath. Right? I remember. I think I remember Philip over there. Yeah. Over here was the Tovshin Samachtes Erev Pesach. Birkas Hachama.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I was here at the time, but there was no. B'derech klal it's Daled Nisan. B'derech klal it's kind of the Erev Pesach is a very special. Doesn't happen very often. Erev Pesach. B'chlal doesn't happen very often. Birkas Hachama.
Erev Pesach.
It was Erev Pesach. The last time, Tovshin Samachtes.
You said
It was
that.
Erev Pesach. The time before, Tovshin Mem Aleph was then. Okay, let's first learn and then we're going to see. Tonu Rabbono. Horoye Chal Mitkufoso, Levono Bikvuroso, Koichov B'Misiloisom, Umazolois Kesidom. Oimer Boch Oisemais Bereshis. So what's the pshat over here? So some say Horoye Chal Mitkufoso, the way the Chamo in Choname was in the time when it was Brias Oilam. That's Chama B'Tkufoso. Some say Chama B'Tkufoso. You know, Choname. Rashi says, "Mokri shechoizer shom l'tchilas hakeifo, yishaz tlias hamoiros, umeoz yitchilo lehokifu l'shamesh." Then it starts to Choname to be l'shamesh. Levono b'Gvuroso. What's Levono b'Gvuroso? Doesn't mean Kush Levono. It means Choname the Levono also when it's at the same time when it comes. In Koichovim Misiloisom, this is also the same thing. The Koichovim Misiloisom means in Choname the Koichovim of Choname when so Rashi says Koichovim. What's the Choname the Levono? What's the Levono? So the Levono in Choname we know when the Levono in Rosh Chodesh stands in Mazen Tle, because then in Choname it started to be Mishamesh Mazen Tle in the Levono, right? Because Mazen Tle was Nisan. We're going to feed the Mandoma, Nisan Nivro Olam. So in Choname, then it's going to be when it comes to the same time. What is this? So this in Ochoname, we don't make this brachas because all the Mefoshim what he say, because this is only, you have to be a very, very big baki and Chochmas Atchune of the Shomayim, and we are not big bekim, and that's why we don't make the bracha. This we don't make a bracha. The only thing we do to make the bracha is in Ochoname on the Birkas Hachama. Ve'imas have, when is this? We're going back to Chama B'Tkufasa. When we have the Chama B'Tkufasa, says the Gemara in Ochoname, Kol Chov Cheshnin. Every 28 years. So Be'emes in Ochoname the Seder Hamazolos. If we go back a little bit to the Koichovim Misiloisom, so we have the Seder Hamazolos. In the Seder Hamazolos we have in Ochoname. We look at it. It's Kippa Sorokia. Kippa Sorokia. Kippa Sorokia. We have the 12 constellations. I think it's called. The 12 Mazolos. 12 Mazolos surround around the whole. We call it the Milky Way, if we could call it that way. In Ochoname, it's makif in 360 degrees. So we come and divide 360 degrees into 12. Each one is 30 degrees, right? Each one is 30 degrees. The thickness of it is 16 degrees. In the middle of it, we have also the sun going around. That's the way. Let's learn the Chazal learn. As we spoke on Motzi Shabbos here, we gave a bit of Agdome, the heliocentric and the geocentric. We spoke about the Shabbos a little bit barichas in the beginning of the shir, or the Masolos. So in Ochoname also, that we talk now, that in Ochoname, that the sun goes around. If we talk about the geocentric, so the sun goes around, and in this, around this. Now, when it does every morning, comes out the sun. Where it comes out. So it depends every month and differently. Why? Because every mazel, how much, as we said, is 30 degrees. How much the sun moves a year? That's if we say the sun. If we say, forget. But if we say that the sun goes around Earth a whole year, 365 and a quarter days, quarter to 6 hours. So how much it moves? But 360 degrees every day, 1 degree, right? Every day 1 degree. So if it's every way 1 degree, after 30 days, 30 degrees. So every month it's gonna move a different, right? A different thing. That's Gabi the sivuv of the year. Chutz in that, we have also sivuv of a daily, right? The 24 hours. What? Inochaname. In that inochaname, how long is it going to take if we divide the 24 hours into 12? 2 hours, right? So every 2 hours is going to change a different muzzle. Klape this hour, yeah? So just what? And the zriche, what is going to be meshamish? Which muzzle is going to come out? What's going to be in the background? Yeah? What's going to be in the background? Which muzzle? So Nissan, muzzle tele, and then it's going to come down because it's still moving, right? So all the mazolos, klape, the sun is moving. So it's coming out 2 hours, it's going to be mashamish tele, and then it's going to come, and Moznaim is going to come out. So it's also moving, right? The 6 connected, we have one side 6 and the other side 6. So it's going to come out one connected the other one. Now, let's cut it short and let's go to Birkas Achama. Basically, what we have over here is a soy. We have over here, as we said, the 12 mazolis. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he came, was told the mazolis on the Yom Revi of the Kriyas Olam. So where was it? Keneged the Tleh. Keneged the Tleh. When it's going to come out exactly to the same point. So we know there is, let's come and talk about Tkufas. The year has 4 different Tkufas. Tkufas Nisan, Tammuz, Tishrei, Teves. So we take 365 days and 6 hours and divide it into 4, right? Let's divide it into 4. How much it comes out?
91 7.5 hours.
Sorry?
91 days and 7.5 hours.
Oh, so 91 days and 77.5 hours. 91 days is exactly 13 weeks. So if we make a cheshbon, a very, very simple cheshbon. Wednesday was Kriyas HaMoros. When? So we start to count from the night. So let's say 6 o'clock in the evening. 6 o'clock in the evening was Kriyas HaMoros. Now, with Derech Klal, this is a little more thing, but there is, in Ochoname, the sun doesn't come out at the same point every day. It comes out in the summer a little bit towards the north, and the winter towards the south. It comes out from Mizrach, but Mizrach noited the Doron, Mizrach. So now, 2 times a year, it comes out in the same point. When is that? Tishrei and Nisan. Tishrei and Nisan. So Nisan, it comes out in the middle of the Rakia, the middle of the Mizrach, and then till Tammuz, it's going up towards the Tzofay. Then from Tammuz till Tishrei, it's going back to the middle. From Tishrei till Tevis is going down to the south, and from Tevis till Nisan is going back up to the middle. Yeah, that's the Seder. Now, let's say 6 o'clock in the evening was the first Tkufa of Nisan. So we said 91 days after, and 7.5 hours going to be the next Tkufa. 91 days, exactly 31 days later, 13 weeks later, and that's going to be when? The same Wednesday, right? Tkufa Tammuz on a Wednesday night, but another 7.5 hours. So if we had from 6 o'clock in the evening, 7.5 hours, we could come to 1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning. Now let's count another 91 days. That's Tkufa Tammuz. Let's count another 91 days, another 13 weeks, exactly on a Wednesday, right? But another 7.5 hours. So Tkufas Nisan is going to be 9 o'clock in the morning of Wednesday. Whether not Oil Wednesday, in Wednesday. Tkufas Teves is going to be when? Yinochaname another 13 weeks and another 7.5 hours. So instead of the coming to be Yinochaname when? In 9 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have to add another 7.5 hours. So that's going to be when? 4:30 in the afternoon. No. Now we're going to come back to Nisan. We're adding another 7.5 hours. So when it's going to come and be from 4:30 in the evening, that's going to be 12 o'clock at night. So it's going to be 12 o'clock at night. That means it's going to be 30 hours, right? Because 7.5 times 4, we added 7.5 the same day. So it's 30 hours. How much is 30 hours? A day and a quarter. A day and 6 hours. So if this year, Nisan, Tkufas Nisan was 6 o'clock in the evening Wednesday, so it's going to be Yinochaname Thursday, a day later, 12 o'clock at night. So 24 hours and another day. No, this is very good, but it's a different day. When it's going to be the same time, so we're going to have to come and add. How many times we're going to have to add? Yinochaname 30, you should come to the same time. So let's go another 3 times. How much we're going to come to? Yinochaname. We're going to come to 120 hours. 120 hours comes exactly the same hour, 6 o'clock in the evening, but it's going to come 6 o'clock in the evening, but, right, 120 hours is exactly divided into 24, it's going to come exactly 5. right? Because 120 divided into 5 is going to come exactly into 5. That means 5 days later it's going to be also 6 o'clock in the evening. So every 4 years, Tkufas Nisan is going to be exactly in the same hour. 6 o'clock in the evening is start the Tkufa, but 5 days later. And that, how much is 5 days later from Wednesday? Monday, very good. And that what we have a simon for this. What's the simon? The Baz Hagau. What's the Baz Hagau? Daled, Beis, Zion. Hey, Gimel, Aleph, Vov. That means if the Tkufa was 6 o'clock in the evening, when is going to be the next time 6 o'clock in the evening? In 4 years, but it's going to be Nochaname on Monday. Daled, Monday. The next time Monday, when it's going to be? On Zion, on Shabbos. The year after that, the next 4 years later, it's going to be when? On a Thursday. The next 4 years later, when it's going to be on a Tuesday. The next 4 years after that is going to be on a Sunday. Hagau. On a Sunday. And after that is going to be on a Friday. And then what's going to happen after that in the 8th? On a Wednesday again. So that means after 4 times 7, how much is 4 times 7? 28 years. 28 years is going to come back exactly to Wednesday, 6 o'clock in the evening, and then we're going to Birkas Hachama. So tomorrow we're going to Chazar email. We're going to come try to explain it even better.